Happy Easter, everybody. This is Deandra, and I am coming to you today with a story time. And this will be the first time I got the police called on me. I figured today is a holiday. I was trying to think of what story I could tell that would be entertaining, and yet heartbreaking or dramatic at the same time. Well, anyway, so the first time I got the police called on me. Okay, so this had to be about 19 sounds so weird to say that. Anyway, this was about 1998. So my grandparents had like this big, I believe it was Mother's Day dinner, and we meet at my grandparents' house for all of the holidays, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, like all of that. So anyway, so this particular day, I remember there were some kids running, riding their bikes down the hill. And one of the kids ended up losing control of the bike, and he actually slid under my mom's car. And he was stuck under my mom's car, and the handlebar actually like dented up my mom's trunk and things like that. So we were trying to ask the boy, like, where did he live at so we could find his parents, things like that. Well, anyway, we finally got a hold to the parents and the mother. And so she came down the street, and she's just like hollering, cussing, fussing, just like everything except asking, like, is her son okay? So, and I mean, she's like calling my grandparent, and my mama, and everybody. She was calling everybody everything except for a child of God. So anyway, so while we were basically speaking with her, like his older brother came and was like keying the cars. So we tried to point out that, hey, your child is keying the cars or whatever. And she's just cussing, going off. All of a sudden, two girls come from up the hill, and they just picked me up out the lineup. I don't know why. I think it's because I have a baby face, and sometimes people don't realize that I am as old as I am, being that I am 40 years old right now. So I was 22 back then. So anyway, so they just picked me up out the lineup, and they just called me all kinds of, B's and just out my name, whatever. So I politely let them know, look, you got one more time to call me out my name, and then it's on. So, my grandfather calls me into the house and tells me, just let it go, whatever. So, some minutes pass or whatever. And so I go back outside, and I see my cousins. They're like all at the top of the hill, just, standing in the middle of the street talking or whatever. So I'm not even thinking anything about it. I go up, go up on the hill or whatever. Lo and behold, to my right, it is the house of the two girls that were calling me out my name. Yes. Whew, all of a sudden, I get called out again. They ran up the bitch limit. I couldn't take it no more. Before I knew it, I'm like looking around, you know what I'm saying, trying to find something that I can pick up, because it's like one girl, real stuff, one girl threw like a high chair at me, another girl threw something else by me. It's just like whizzing by my head, all of this stuff. And so I'm looking for something to pick up, and so over on my left side, I see like a broomstick or like a mop handle or whatever in a garbage can. So I picked the broom handle up or whatever, and I'm like, okay, look, if I gotta go ahead and do this, I gotta go ahead and do this. So we just gonna do this. So my cousins is like, calm down, calm down. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. So I see one of the girls coming from off the porch. And my male cousin is standing in front of me, and I see her running off the porch. I got the broom handle in my hand, right? I threw that down. I shoved him out the way, and I just fired on her, okay? Then, I forgot that there was another girl on the porch, to be quite honest with you. And I just proceeded to take her up on the porch, and we was on the side of the house, like in a little corner or whatever, and I just got her hemmed up or whatever. Completely forgot that it's another girl on the porch. Luckily, my cousin had my back. No, it's not good to fight a man, and it's not good for a man to hit a woman, but in this case, he was protecting me or whatever, so whatever. So he come, and I look over, and she has ran up in the house, then grabbed a butcher knife, they came down, they handed it to the kid that was scratching up the car, and the kid is coming towards me. So my cousin had no choice, but my cousin had to grab his arm and, get the knife out the boy's hand. So while my cousin was distracted with the boy, it must have been some more people that came, like, through the house or whatever, and, like, the back door, and, like, came through the front, because all of a sudden I felt like hands on me, like trying to pull me, like, from the top of the girl, because by this time I was behind her, you know what I'm saying? I'm still, fighting her or whatever. And so all I remember is that I literally, like, wrapped my legs around her waist, and I'm just screaming for help, 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 help. And my cousin is still trying to get the knife out of the little boy's hand. And, all of a sudden it's like, my other cousins come, and they just start, like, throwing people off the porch and stuff like that. And I still got my legs, like, wrapped around this girl. And it's like they are literally dragging me and the girl, trying to get me in the house. And I'm just screaming, somebody help, help. And it's just like all this commotion. And luckily, like I said, my cousins, they heard me yelling for help, and they ended up, coming on the porch, and they ended up having to, like, throw people off of the porch and hit people just to let them up off of me or whatever. And so it's like, all of a sudden I hear sirens. And everything, and we deep in the hood already, and so everybody's just like, go, leave now, hurry up, just leave now. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I had like a scratch going down, like, my face here. Thank God for Esoterica. It works, but I had like a scratch going down here. She had, like, ripped my shirt. My shirt was ripped. Like, you can see my bra, all of that stuff. She did not get to my hair, but, like I said, like, my face was bleeding, like, here. I had, like, scratches on my chest, from her just grabbing my shirt and ripping my shirt and all of that stuff. And so, I'm trying to run into my grandparents' house or whatever, so that I could, just try to clean up a little bit or whatever. And so they're like, no, like, hurry up, just leave now, whatever. And so I jump into my car to leave, and I call myself just discreetly driving through the alley, take some side streets, you know what I'm saying, and my muffler falls off, and all you heard was brrr, brrr. It's like the sound that the whole hood heard that day. Like, if people didn't know, like, where I was or where I was going, they knew now. They knew, they saw, they heard. Yes. So I'm going through alleys. I'm looking out the rearview mirror and stuff, trying to see, if the police are behind me, like, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? So, and this is before World Star and all of that. I found out that somebody actually went in their house, grabbed their camcorder, and recorded the entire situation. So, thanks to my loud muffler, my license plates were taken. And I get home, thinking I'm slick, whatever. So like 2 hours later, get a knock, and we all know that police knock on the door, right? It's just, so I'm just like, oh, dang, okay. All right. I got Vaseline on my face and, Neosporin on my face and all that stuff. I got scratches going down my chest, so I can't say it wasn't me because obviously I look like I did just get into a fight or whatever. So, the police come in, they ask me about what happened, I tell them about, the little boy that was riding down the hill and his bike getting stuck under the car. I talk about, how the mother let the other son, like, key our cars and things like that. And thankfully, all of this was caught on camera because I did not know this, but it was a bigger fight than I thought that it was. It turns out that, some of the people that was thrown, off the porch and stuff, they, it's a couple of broken wrists. The little boy, he had, the butcher knife, and, he ended up having his arm sprained from, trying to get the knife away from him and stuff like that. So anyway, but because it was caught on camera and because other people witnessed what was going on leading up to the altercation, luckily I didn't get a ticket, I didn't get arrested or anything like that. And I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I used to be a hothead. I don't let the dimples fool you. I used to be a hothead. And after that incident happened, when I say that cleaned up my attitude situation real quick, oh my God, I can't even tell you. Like, I know that I am not cut out for that life, like behind bars, going to court, just all of that stuff, like, honestly. And I know that, this is a serious situation. Anytime you talk about any type of altercation, I know that, we watch a lot of story times and things like that, and they talk about, I fought this and I fought that or whatever. But anyway, the positive side about it is that it actually did give me an attitude adjustment. And it taught me that even sometimes when you're threatened, it's best to keep the calmer head. It's best to just walk away. And so I am glad for the video camera, and I'm glad for that muffler that fell off. So this is my story time about the first time. You see, I said the first time that the cops was called on me. So thank you and enjoy your Easter.